The U.S. Navy's Military Sealift Command is the largest shipping company in the United States and the premier provider of ocean transportation support to the Department of Defense and our coalition partners around the world, 24 hours a day, 365 days a year. With ships crewed predominantly by civilian mariners, MSC is committed to complying with U.S. and international safety and environmental protection rules and regulations. This commitment includes compliance with the International Maritime Organization's International Safety Management Code, or ISM, through the development and implementation of a comprehensive safety management system, or SMS. MSC's Government Operations SMS is designed to provide a safe working environment for our employees and to protect the environment. The SMS includes the procedures and supporting documents that provide direction for key shipboard operations, emergency procedures, and operational risk management. A robust SMS promotes a strong culture of safety and contributes to continuous improvement of our processes. The ISM code requires that each company establish clear safety and environmental protection policies. MSC's safety policy is to protect its people, protect its assets, and comply with regulatory requirements. MSC's environmental protection policy is to prevent pollution, ensure response readiness, conserve resources, and comply with regulatory requirements. The SMS exists to ensure that you understand your role on board and your responsibilities related to safety and environmental protection. MSC strives to make safety and environmental protection instinctive to everyday operations. And the SMS procedures, checklists, and forms facilitate your efforts to make safety a regular part of your daily life on board the ship. So why do we have an SMS?
First, the plates slid gently off the restaurant tables. Then suddenly, the tables, the chairs, and people crashed sideways and downwards.
March 1987, the MS Herald of Free Enterprise, a roll-on, roll-off ferry, capsized moments after leaving its Belgian port with 540 people on board. The bow doors had been left open, and the ship had no alarms on the bridge and no adequate procedures to ensure door closure. 193 passengers and crew perished. Before the ISM code was adopted in 1993, shipping companies were not required to maintain a formal safety management system, and even though there were many international regulations in place, preventable accidents and injuries continued to occur. The International Maritime Organization mandated the 12 elements of the ISM code to help reduce these incidents by requiring companies to document procedures aimed at safety and pollution prevention. The building blocks for the ISM code include COLREGs, collision regulations. These are the rules of the road to ensure safe navigation of ships. MARPOL, Maritime Pollution Prevention Regulations. SOLAS, Safety of Life at Sea Regulations to provide life-saving, firefighting, construction, and machinery standards. STCW, Standards for Training, Certification, and Watchstanding of Seafarers. These minimum training standards ensure the safe operation of vessels crossing the seas. And domestic regulations, as well as DoD policies and instructions. The ISM code requires that the command or company establish a safety and environmental protection policy, and that the policy is implemented and maintained at all levels of the organization, ship and shore-based. The SMS is a systematic approach to the safe management of our ships. It consolidates all of the ISM code requirements along with Navy, federal, and civilian maritime policies and regulations. SMS procedures, checklists, and forms are dynamic. They are updated and improved on an ongoing basis and help ensure that every action aboard ship is operated properly with regard to safety for the crew, the vessel, and the environment. The SMS should be a part of your daily routine while embarked. Every ship operating company must address the 12 elements of the ISM code in their safety management system, even though specific policies and procedures will vary based on ship types, operating environment, and other factors. Let's look briefly at what's in the ISM code and how MSC's easily accessible SMS Procedures Manual implements the code and promotes safety, environmental protection, and fleet readiness.
The SMS is say what you're going to do and then do what you say, and then prove it.
The ISM code includes 12 clauses that dictate what is covered in our safety management system. MSC's safety management system meets the ISM code requirements and covers how we conduct onboard operations, maintenance, emergency response, and training. It also covers how we improve our system on a continual basis. The 12 sections of our SMS are aligned to the ISM code's 12 element headings. Our SMS is organized as follows. 1. General. 2. Safety, environmental protection, damage control, and medical. 3. Company responsibilities and authority. 4. Designated person. 5. Master's responsibility and authority. 6. Resources and personnel. 7. Shipboard operations. 8. Emergency procedures. 9. Report of nonconformities, findings, and observations. 10. Maintenance. 11. Documentation. 12. Company review and evaluation. Following the SMS and improving it as we go promotes a culture of safety. CIVMARs should know and understand the SMS procedures, checklists, and forms that apply directly to their jobs. Every CIVMAR can easily access the SMS on the ship's local area network. Shoreside employees can access the SMS on MSC's iNavy portal. Ships operate in challenging and potentially hazardous environments, and shipboard operations like working aloft, confined space entry, hot work, working in high voltage areas, and underway replenishment are all potentially hazardous. These complex tasks can pose a risk to our personnel, ship, and mission if not properly controlled. The SMS addresses the risks you experience on a day-to-day basis. By following our SMS, you are better able to analyze these risks, manage them, mitigate them, or avoid them completely when the risks outweigh the benefit of conducting the operation. The SMS standardizes our key processes. For example, the requirements for working aloft are the same on each MSC government-operated ship in our fleet, as are the requirements for entering confined spaces. This standardization makes it easier as CIVMARs move from ship class to ship class. It also helps identify and mitigate anomalies when they occur. Working together through best practices and a commitment to the SMS, we can protect you, your ship, and the environment.
Final station on the Solus check-in is the life rafts. The ship is equipped with 6 life rafts.
The SMS includes procedures you use daily. SMS Section 2 deals with safety, environmental protection, damage control, and medical, and includes many key personal and vessel safety measures. Let's start by looking at some critical things all CIVMARs should be familiar with before working aloft. The SMS Fall Protection Procedure includes specific and comprehensive requirements related to working aloft. The Working Aloft checklist delineates important safety measures before going aloft, including ensuring that you're wearing an approved harness with a shock-absorbing safety lanyard that's been inspected and is safe to use. Lockout, tagout procedures, depending on where the work occurs. Safety briefings, rescue plans, and a full understanding of fall protection measures. The Working Aloft checklist must be filled out completely before working aloft. Ships have a variety of confined spaces that have proven historically hazardous to ship operators around the world. Section 2 of the SMS includes confined space entry procedures that promote a high degree of personnel safety for this process. Every confined space shall be treated as though it poses a deadly threat. Any space that has limited access and is poorly ventilated is capable of causing injury, illness, or death to a worker. Accidents have occurred from failure to recognize that a confined space is a potential hazard. Every confined space entry has a two-step permit process. The first step is the pre-entry checklist. The second step includes the gas-free certificate issued by the gas-free engineer. In addition, there are procedures for employing a certified marine chemist. Remember, always fill out these SMS checklists completely. This is similar to a pilot's pre-flight check. No passenger would feel safe if the pilot did not make every check. In addition, the SMS provides guidance in the event that an emergency arises during confined space entry, including standby communications, a standby person, and rescue gear. Crew members with confined space entry or rescue responsibilities must participate in a confined space entry and rescue drill held on board the ship at least once every 2 months. Hot work means any work requiring the use of electric arc or gas welding equipment, cutting burner equipment, or other forms of open flame, as well as heating or spark generating tools, regardless of where it is carried out on board a ship. Procedures and checklists on the control of hot work are included in the safety management system. Before any work is conducted, always make sure the hot work permit is completed, including all required signatures.
Everything checks out here.
Power from electricity, hydraulics, compressed air, steam, coiled springs, and other forms of stored energy pose a risk of injury to workers and damage to property if not properly controlled. MSC established its rigorous lockout-tagout procedure to enable CIVMARs to safely lock out machinery, equipment, or systems prior to servicing them to safeguard workers from the unexpected energizing or release of energy. It's critical to complete the lockout-tagout record sheet and obtain an approval signature from the chief engineer or authorizing officer before work can begin. Safety for you and your shipmates is our highest priority. It takes all of us working together to achieve this. Our SMS brings good habits to mariners, like wearing personal protective equipment to protect you from health and safety risks. Your PPE includes head protection, foot protection, personal flotation equipment, hand protection, protective clothing, and addresses the stowage of PPE. In addition to the PPE procedure, MSC has also established procedures that address sight conservation, hearing conservation, respiratory protection, and fall protection. All of these procedures include the use of PPE. The SMS provides information for each ship class that identifies the training and qualification requirements for the master and crew. This includes STCW requirements as well as DoD required training. The competency matrix spells out the credentials and training required for each CIVMAR. Mariners are matched to ships to make sure they possess the training and qualifications necessary to knowledgeably, efficiently, and safely perform their jobs.
On the bow, 3 shots in the water.
With safety embedded in MSC's culture, together we can eliminate complacency. And with a laser focus on safety in the way you conduct day-to-day afloat operations, you can prevent mishaps that can harm people, ships, and the environment.
Welcome to the navigation briefing, November 1st. We'll be discussing transit to the degaussing range over at NOB.
Section 7 of our SMS includes controls for more key shipboard operations, such as arrival and departure checklists, navigation processes, underway replenishment, helicopter operations, and cargo boom operations. Following the procedures, checklists, and forms associated with these operations fosters a high level of control in order to prevent mishaps. Pollution prevention is a requirement of the ISM code and MARPOL and is addressed in our SMS. By properly handling trash, oil, and hazardous materials, MSC prevents damage to our marine environment. MSC is committed to being good stewards of the environment to keep our oceans clean and safe for future generations. There are several procedures that pertain to environmental protections. Take every precaution to reduce the risk of pollution by knowing and following these procedures. The ISM code requires the company to identify a person to serve as the primary shoreside point of contact for the ship, known as the designated person, or DP. This information is displayed prominently throughout the ship. MSC's DP is there as your safety advocate. Shipboard crews are encouraged to utilize the onboard chain of command to report safety concerns. If this process breaks down, the DP should be contacted. The DP has direct access to MSC senior management and has been provided resources to address such issues. If you discover that any SMS procedures are incorrect or need to be improved, inform your supervisor. The DP can then be contacted with the request. As a reminder, MSC's Safety Management Procedures Manual is electronic. It is available to all crew members on board ship on most terminals with an icon identifying the SMS. This promotes effective document control and more efficient document updates. In order for SMS to be effective, it must be available to its users, complied with, properly maintained, and improved when needed. Our SMS is controlled, and that means the procedures have been authorized by command, distributed, and are the most current versions. Our CIVMARs are encouraged to access the SMS directly and not drag and drop copies to personal or terminal folders. Those personal copies will not be updated and can become inaccurate and obsolete. The SMS contains controlled documents, memos to masters, chief engineers, and shore staff, and support documents.
We'll look at that.
SMS assessments or audits are designed to verify the extent to which you are knowledgeable of and comply with the requirements in the system. The assessments provide valuable information that MSC can use to improve the SMS. There are two different kinds of audits, internal and external.
If everything is a black mark against somebody's record, then why would anyone ever make a suggestion for improvement? And that's what this whole thing is about. We put it in place and then we make it better.
The ISM code requires an internal assessment every year on every ship and every year at the shoreside operations in MSC headquarters. The DP assigns and schedules the auditor to your ship. Internal assessments are non-punitive and used for coaching and facilitating as well as gauging the health of our SMS. Internal audits help validate procedures that you use on a daily basis. You are asked to enthusiastically participate in these assessments and contribute to the improvement of our SMS and safety on board. External audits are those conducted by ABS for certification of our SMS. These audits are conducted on MSC ships twice every 5 years and every year for our shore operations at MSC headquarters. The goal of an ABS audit is to verify that we are complying with rules and regulations, following our SMS procedures, and maintaining complete and accurate records. An auditor will ask you questions you should already know the answers to. Things like, where can you find your job description? Where your emergency stations are? What is your company's safety and environmental protection policy? And who is your DP? You may also be asked which specific SMS procedures apply to your job. When an auditor discovers that some part of the SMS is not being followed, findings may be issued. Every finding must have a corrective action plan or CAP developed and must include the cause of the finding, immediate corrective action, and preventive action. Corrective action plans demonstrate MSC's commitment to a continual improvement process. Findings are the basis for improvement and can be submitted by anyone to the DP for review and consideration. MSC promotes a positive safety culture, and safety is the responsibility of everyone on board. SMS is an important tool to reduce the risk to your personal safety, ensure equipment readiness, and minimize hazards to the environment that your work might cause. It's up to you to use it and make it an effective tool to enhance the safety and environmental compliance of your ship. Safety management is you. The procedures are yours. Learn them, use them, and help MSC keep them updated and accurate. Your safety, along with the safety of your shipmates, your ship, and the environment, depend on it. This video has merely touched on a few areas that will impact your work. Please take the time to review the SMS and determine those documented procedures, checklists, and forms that apply to your day-to-day duties.